Hola! I'm Lisa Zajur, Director of the Educational Programs of the Virginia Hispanic Foundation, a language and cultural trainer, and creator of the Awaken the Spanish Within courses. Dia de los Muertos is a day to connect with the roots of your ancestors and dates back to the Aztec festivals. It's now a national symbol of Mexico and celebrated in many other Latin countries. La calavera, which means skull, and the ones with flowers on them are meant to represent seeds, new life, or bringing new life. There is a phrase related to Dia de los Muertos, al muerto al cajón, el vivo al fiestón, which means the dead can rest while the living shall party. In Mexico, an altar is created with mementos from loved ones who have passed on. People decorate and exchange sugar skull candies that symbolize their appreciation for the dead. With the brightly colored skulls, vibrant costumes, and exciting music, it's no wonder Day of the Dead attracts so much attention worldwide. Traditions vary from around the world in other countries that celebrate. For example, Spain takes a calmer approach to Dia de los Muertos with its own holiday called Todos los Santos, or All Saints' Day, that has a religious focus. Ecuador's Day of the Dead is unique because of the colorful pastries used to celebrate. Guatemala honors their departed loved ones by flying kites dating back thousands of years. In El Salvador, they dress up like skeletons, parading through the city with torches. And Brazil celebrates with street parties and a spiritual practice. Anywhere you celebrate, Dia de los Muertos is all about family and community coming together to remember the ancestors who have given us life.
Hi everyone, thank you to the Virginia Hispanic Chamber for all that great information about the Day of the Dead. My name is Dr. Adam Franssen and I teach anatomy and physiology at Longwood University, so I get to play with skulls a lot too. Now, it's not painted for the holiday, but this skull is painted because it shows that there are different bones in the skull. We usually think that there's one, but there's 22 different bones that are stitched together to form what we call the noggin. So, you see this lavender bone at the front? It's called the frontal bone. Parietal bones, occipital bones, they're all named for the brain regions that are underlying them. All of our bones get stitched together during development to form these things called sutures. So these suture lines are literally where these different bones come together and they tie into one another. Babies don't have that job finished. There's a little soft spot here that's just cartilage, and if you push it, you could actually squish on their brain. So don't do that. Speaking of bones that form together, your mandible or your jawbone that you think of as one thing is actually two bones that grow together to form your chin in the front. So sometimes they form a flat chin, sometimes they've got a cleft, but both times it's those bones coming together. Now, the last fact I want to give you before I let you go is that when you look inside your skull, there's still more bones. Hopefully you can see the yellow bone here. It's called the ethmoid bone. The green bone is called the sphenoid, and it's named because it's got these long extensions on either side that look like wings of a butterfly. So even if you're having a bad day, you can think about, wow, I still have this beautiful butterfly in my skull. All right, so whether you're painting skulls for the Day of the Dead or you're studying for one of my anatomy exams, I hope you enjoy these skull facts and you can share them with your friends. Thanks, everyone.
Hello, my name is Blanca Dompke. I am a culture trainer at Casa Mosaic. Today, I want to talk to you about El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. It is a Mexican tradition that traces back to the Aztecs. And the Aztecs were indigenous people that believe in the afterlife. They had a deep respect for death, and they had this Mexican tradition that the essence is the honoring of the loved ones that have passed away, honoring them with an offering, an ofrenda. This is an ofrenda. This is an altar. And the elements of this ofrenda: veladoras, candles, water, earth, a plant, the flower of the dead, simpachusili, that is a word taken from the Nahuatl language of the Aztecs. And as you can see also, we have to have the wind present, papel picado, and I have in the back the wind blowing on the window. So earth, water, fire in the candles, and wind have to be present. The way you make your altar personal is adding items that belong to that loved one that passed away. Today, with my altar that I created, I am honoring Frida Kahlo, a Mexican artist. I incorporated to the altar a brush. She was a Mexican artist. And I incorporated a nail polish. Why? Because she loved and to take care of herself, and she loved painting her nails as red as her lips. I also incorporated this pumpkin. This was a creation of one of my students, and it says, "I paint flowers so they will not die." This is a quotation of Frida Kahlo. As you can see, I made it very personal. But this amazing tradition from the Mexicans has been transformed how it's observed. The holiday and celebration has been observed now by people in Central America and in our country, in the United States. And the observance changes. One example is that in 2016, after the movie James Bond was filmed in Mexico City started to celebrate a parade inspired in the movie that shows change. Another example, in 2019, there is now a paseo en bicicleta, paseo nocturno en bicicleta. This is a night stroll in a bicycle. It started happening since 2019. These are just two examples of how the holiday is being observed. But now, two important things to talk about is the transcendence of the holiday. The holiday is being an inspiration to other fields. One example is the Peabody Museum at the University of Harvard that have an ongoing exhibit of the Day of the Dead. And also something even more current, the new orchestra of Washington, D.C., they have a virtual presentation inspired in the Dia de los Muertos, and it's happening on October 31st. As you can see, the essence stays. And one additional aspect that I want to mention, in 2008, UNESCO declared the Day of the Dead an intangible cultural heritage patrimony of the world, of the humanity. So we are protecting the essence, and we are seeing change in observance, and we are seeing transcendence in the holiday. Thank you for listening.